The control room, the first of its kind, has the ability to track and monitor excavators and all earth-moving equipment found on Galamsey concessions. It was built locally by students and lecturers of the University of Mines and Technology in Takwa and has the database of all mining equipment registered with the Minerals Commission of Ghana. The technology helps to track excavators, and it can also allow or bar them from moving from one concession to the other without permission from the Minerals Commission. Operators of the control room also have the ability to demobilize all excavators or earth-moving equipment with just a click of a button. Lead operator of the control room, Sylvester Akpa, says over 40 excavators and earth-moving equipment are currently being tracked.
We've created a buffer zone within your concession. So once you get into the buffer zone, a beeping sound will start to prompt you that you're actually nearing your concession boundary. Yes, and once you don't hit to the beeping sound and you cross it, it means that the excavator will go off automatically. We are doing this to actually take off any human intervention. Yes, so automatically we do all this from here. And once it cuts off, that means you have to call the control room where our call center staff will engage you to find out why you actually exceeded your concession boundary. And by this also, we also want to actually solve the issue of cutting excavators in and out, shuttling them across. So the system is such that we are pairing one excavator to a concession at a time. So if you want to move one excavator to a different concession, it means you need to come back to us, that's Minerals Commission, and then we repair you. If you go carry a low bed to take the excavator from there to another concession, it won't work because of the pairing. It won't work because of the pairing that we have actually done here. So you always need to come back to us, and then we repair you. And by which it means that, yes, we are going to control, the shuttling in and out of excavators from concessions. More importantly, to also curtail dealers, or to actually solve the problem where dealers actually rent out excavators indiscriminately across the country. Yes. So this system, that is what the system is here to do.
Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abdullah Janapo, who was impressed with the work done so far, says measures needs to be taken to sustain such a laudable initiative.
We have to be able to give ourselves a timeline when all excavators in Ghana will be tracked. If we are not able to do that, this whole investment and this whole infrastructure will amount to nothing. Because the most important thing is that we have all excavators tracked. Because if we track excavators which are supposed to be in concessions and there are other excavators which have not been tracked, it means that an illegal mine or somebody who wants to subvert or who wants to compromise the system can easily bring the excavator which is not tracked, which is why the instruction we give that all excavators be registered with the various assemblies across the country is turning out to be useful, because you then can take that data, that information, and use that information as your raw material for this tracking. So this tracking cannot be on a small scale, if you want, and where you track a few excavators and leave it there. As much as possible, as much as practicable, we should be able to track all excavators in Ghana, even the excavators which are being used for construction of roads and the rest. You have to work with the Ministry of Roads and the rest to make sure that all excavators are tracked. And finally, the sustainability of it. This must be sustainable. This cannot be today, tomorrow, and then it's over. We must stick to this. We must stay on the course. We must be determined, and we must keep this true, because I see this to be a big game changer. If we're able to pursue this, implement this successfully, it resolves half of all the problems relating to illegal small-scale mining in Ghana.